Hi guys, I am so sorry today for the delay because there was this net connectivity issue. Therefore, this delay by 4 minutes. My apologies. So today I'm going to be talking about the toughest thing, which everybody finds to be very difficult in married life. It is very simple when you're dating. It is very simple, when you're engaged and you're about to get married. But this becomes very tough after you get married. So let me, give you a real life example of my client, which happened just yesterday. So I thought, I got inspired to talk about this today. One of my ex clients, we finished our work in January this year. She called up, and yesterday evening she called up, and she was narrating one thing. She said that she and her husband were sitting and having tea in the evening, and she was in her own thoughts, and tears rolled down her eyes. When her tears rolled down, she realized what was happening, and her husband was also quite surprised to see what happened. So he asked her the reason, and then she said that she was actually recalling her childhood days. She's eldest of four siblings, and she said that all her life, whatever she remembers about her childhood and even later, was that she has been the one, because she was the eldest sibling, she has been the one who has always been taking care of her siblings. She was always defending them. If parents, were scolding them, she would feel very bad and she would somehow defend them. She was also defending herself at many points in time. She was the eldest one. She was very bright in studies, so parents had a natural expectation of she doing well in academics. So if she was falling below a certain level, again, parents would scold her, and she had to defend herself. She was a bit naughty in school, so in case she was caught, again, she had to defend herself to the teachers as well. So all this has been happening to her, and after she got married, she had to make a place for herself because she had gone to a joint family, which I am sure, many of the women will resonate with. So there also, she had to defend herself, not just to the in-laws, many a times to her husband as well. And she's been married for about 5 years. So this is what her journey has been. And she looked at him and she said that at this point in time, why I cried was, it makes me realize that I had got tired of doing all this, because all this appeared more like a struggle. Nobody did anything for me. It is only me who has been doing so much for so many people. Okay, even though those people are her family members, but still it appears that nobody had done anything for her. So her husband was just listening and he was not responding. And then in the flow, she said that, you know what, how much you have, and she's telling her husband, how much you have done for me, how many times you have stood by me, what you have done for me, nobody ever has done it. And this is what I am realizing today, that you have done a lot for me. She said that in a flow, and completed her statement, and she also realized what she said. And her husband was looking at her. He could not even blink his eyes, and he just gave her a blank stare, no response. He was quite surprised by what she had said. And then a minute later, she said, yes, she means what she's saying. And she realized how much role he was playing in her life, which, she had never ever thought of, or never ever appreciated. So, what is happening here? What is happening here is that she appreciated him for the first time, right? And this can happen both ways. I mean, it's just a matter of fact that she called up yesterday and I got inspired. But this can happen both ways, right? It could be the other way around also, where wife has been doing so much for her husband and he just doesn't he's not able to appreciate. It's not that maybe he doesn't intend to, Intention might be there, but he's not able to express his appreciation, and the other person then feels hurt. Now, when this happened, she said whatever she had to tell him, and the matter got over. They got up, and then, evening, dinner time, etc. And then her ego showed up. What did her ego mind tell her? Her ego mind said, "Look, you have appreciated him, but he has not given any appreciation. He has not appreciated you ever. He did not even respond to your appreciation." So now her ego is saying that I should not have done it, and I have actually put him on the pedestal, and it's not right. So she started looking for the opportunity where she could tell him this, or she was in her mind expecting the similar kind of appreciation from him. Day one went by, nothing happened. Day two went by, he didn't say anything. Day three went by, he didn't say anything. And yesterday was day three when she called me up, and she called me up basically to complain that this is what has happened, now what to do. Because in our program, after the program gets over, we give you 9 months of support. Okay. So it was that support through which she was calling. And while she was narrating her incident, I was just listening quietly. I didn't say anything. I was just wanting her to finish first. And when she finished, she herself got this insight, right? When she was talking about the 3 days gone by when her husband didn't appreciate her, she said, "Parul, while I'm talking to you, I'm realizing one thing." I said, "What?" She said that next day, when they had the talk, next day her husband got up and instructed the maid to make that special ginger tea for her, because every morning they have tea. Husband does not like ginger tea. So, you know, she had given the instructions to the maid to make ordinary tea for both of them. And her husband knew that she takes ordinary tea for because of him. So that day, that morning, he got up first, went to the kitchen, told the maid that for her now onwards, every day she is going to be served ginger tea, not ordinary tea. That's one thing he did. Second thing, she's a doctor, she has her own clinic. So her husband went to her clinic as a surprise, sat down with her for lunch, finished lunch in 10 minutes. He went back to his work, and this is what he did. While she was talking, she said, "These are the two things she's realizing that he did." See, appreciation in terms of appreciation didn't come to her. The way she appreciated him, that is not how it came to her. But how it came to her was in a different format. And then she continued to tell me that so many times, this might have happened, but it never came to her notice. And that is because we are clouded, we are covered by our emotional pain, we are covered by our ego mind, right? So first lesson is that whenever, and it could be with, as I told you, it could be the other way around also. It doesn't matter in what form your spouse appreciates you. Look for those signs of appreciation and be grateful for those signs. It could be very minor, it could be major, it doesn't matter, but look for those signs. Secondly, remember that the way you are appreciating your spouse, it is not necessary that your spouse is also going to appreciate you the same way. It is not necessary that your spouse is going to appreciate you at the same time, not even in 2 days, 3 days, 10 days. You don't know, but then, it will come in some form or the other. Okay. Third thing, it is very tough to appreciate when the marriage is going, it is in a messy stage. Now, this client of mine, she's married for 5 years, and her 4 years were complete mess. And when she came to me, they were on, she was giving herself the last chance, after which she had said that she would have thought of divorce. That's how messy it was for her. Now, when you are at that stage, is it really easy to appreciate the other person? Of course not. It is next to impossible, right? What you need to still do, one is identifying the appreciating factors, the positive factors. appreciation is not just about appreciation, it is also about the positive aspects, right? So it is not just about you know finding out the positive aspects. Okay, one thing is about finding out the aspects, and second thing is about letting the other person know. Now, even if you know what the positive aspects are, there is no way you can go and say this to your spouse, because that would mean that you are feeding his ego or her ego, and that would mean that it appears that you're putting yourself down. Talking, it is impossible to say that. So how do you still find out what those appreciating factors are, what those positive aspects are? And this is what my client and I started discussing yesterday, that before, there are times when you can't appreciate. So before you sleep at night, take a diary, make it a everyday habit. I think I had mentioned this in one of my videos before, that write 3 points of appreciation for your partner for that particular day. You need not tell your partner, I mean, you need not tell your wife, you need not tell your husband, but there could be 3 positive things that you might have noticed for that particular day. So these 3 positive things are not about that generally his character is like that. So you might say that generally his character is that he's an honest man, but then every day you will keep writing that he's an honest man. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that for that particular day, what are the 3 things that you uh, appreciated, liked about your partner? So whatever those 3 things for that particular day are, just write them in one sentence. That's good enough. For instance, you could be writing that today your partner cooked. I mean, if you're talking about your wife, so you can write that today she cooked your favorite dish. That's it. You need not tell her. If you can't, don't. You can write, okay, your husband came home on time. Just write that. You can write that your husband didn't get into hours and hours of WhatsApp chatting, right? Okay, just write 3 points of appreciation only for that particular day, and then keep doing it on everyday basis. When you keep doing it on everyday basis, what is it that shifts inside you? I am not talking about what is it that shifts in the relationship. I am saying, what is it that shifts inside you? What changes inside you, and how does that change impact you as a person? How does that change impact you in your professional relationship? How does that change impact you in your day to day life, in how you treat yourself? Okay, and obviously then it is also going to have the impact on the relationship also, but that's not where I want you to go as of now. I wanted to write these 3 factors of appreciation and see the impact that you feel within your own self. Okay, very difficult to do. However, when you do it, there are a lot of shifts that will happen, and that's what I want you to experience. And once you experience those shifts, then do write to me personally or here in the comment box, what is it that you experienced. Okay, so this is from a little bit of wisdom from me to you, and I would love to know your thoughts on this, your comments on this. If you want to have, if you wish to do a critical analysis of this, go ahead and do it, because that is going to contribute to my learning as well. I definitely want you to write all that you think about it, your experiences about it, in the comment box. All right, I'm going to be seeing you tomorrow, 3:30, same time. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you think that somebody needs it, somebody needs to see this, please forward this video, please forward this link, and let that person also uh, get into that direction where it is going to help him or her seek what he or she might be seeking in the relationship. All right. Thank you so much. And I am going to be seeing you tomorrow. Have a great evening. Bye.